Hi everyone, welcome to Kendra's Vintage Kitchen. Today I will be doing another I Love Lucy recipe out of this cookbook again. And this recipe is from episode 39 from season 2, and it is the job switching episode. So in the beginning of the episode, Ricky comes in and shows Lucy this check that Lucy kindly put a little note on for the hairdresser to cash the check in a few days later after she gave the hairdresser the check. And Ricky asked Lucy, why we don't have any money and all sorts of stuff like that. And here comes Fred and Ethel in, and then Fred makes the same statement about Ethel. And then they all of them get into an argument, and then they end up making a bet about switching places. So the women will go to work and the men will do all the chores at home. And so Lucy said this would be for a week long. And so the next day comes around and Ricky's in the kitchen because he's the one that had to prep the breakfast this time instead of Lucy making breakfast. And Lucy comes in all ready to go look for a job, and here's Ricky, putting the breakfast out for Lucy, and Lucy says, "Oh, this looks great." And she then cuts herself a piece of the egg and says, "Oh, it really is good." And then she proceeds to pick up the newspaper and look at the newspaper, and Ricky asks, "What kind of job do you think you're going to get or whatever?" And Lucy stays silent and still looking at the newspaper, and he says, all right, I get it. And then the phone rings, and Lucy picks up the phone and, talking to whoever's on the phone, and Ricky asks, who's that on the phone? And Lucy says, "Oh, this breakfast is really good." And Ricky asks again, who is that on the phone? And Lucy says, "It was the drugstore. You left your hat down there when you picked up these 2 breakfasts." And Ricky looked at her like, "Oh, dang it, my good breakfast got, told on me or whatever." All right, so that's where I'm going to stop for now talking about this episode, because I'm going to finish talking about this episode in another episode I'll be doing, which will be the one after this. So this episode, I will be making Ricky's takeout breakfast. All right, let's get to it. All right, so the first step in this recipe, it says, in a skillet over medium-high heat, melt the butter and saute the onion, bell pepper, and garlic until softened. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, half an onion diced, half a cup of a diced green bell pepper, 1 clove of garlic minced. So I turned on my pan over here, and I've got my 2 tablespoons of butter starting to melt. Alright, now that my butter is all melted, I'm going to add the pepper, onion, and garlic to my pan. my onion and garlic and pepper are all softened. So now it says to add olive oil and potatoes and cook until brown on all sides. So it calls for 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then it calls for 4 russet potatoes, peeled and huge. Alright, so I'll see you when the potatoes are done. Alright, so my potatoes are ready. So then it says season with salt, onion powder, and pepper, and then set aside. So it calls for 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 of freshly ground black pepper. So I'm gonna add my seasonings. Right, and then I'm going to turn off the heat and I'll set aside. So now I'm going to start my eggs. So it says in a pan over medium heat, melt butter, and then crack eggs in the pan, season with salt and pepper. So it calls for 1 tablespoon of butter, which I have melted in the pan, 2 large eggs, 1/8 of salt, and 1/8 of ground black pepper. Let me crack my eggs. And then I'm going to season with my salt and pepper. Alright, and then it says once the whites start to set, flip over and cook for 4 to 5 more seconds. So I'll see you then. Alright, my eggs are all done. I'm gonna put them on my plate. Alright, there's my eggs. And then I'm gonna turn off the heat. And then, so then it says plate eggs with potatoes, serve along with toast and coffee. Enjoy this tasty meal before heading off to a long day at work. So I've got my toast, my potatoes, my eggs, and I don't drink coffee, so I got tea. Alright, well, let's see how it is. Well, the egg is fine. I mean, it's just a regular egg, so nothing too exciting, but it is fine. The potatoes are really good. I'll definitely make that again. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share to all your family. And as always, I will put the cookbook I used today down in the description below. All right, see you again. Bye.